Okay, so since I put makeup on, I'll do a couple videos. Yeah, my face is all red from, I don't know if it's a heat rash from the MS or from a side effect from one of my MS drugs. Tecfidera has a pretty good heat rash side effect, and they say if you take aspirin with it, it doesn't do this, but I keep forgetting. But this is like really mild. Like it is bad. And then I also have fibromyalgia where my skin feels like I have a sunburn all the time. So, with the heat rash and the sunburn. Anyway, fun. Okay, so what are we afraid of? What do we do when we're afraid? I am curious because I was, binge watching a few of these, and I really hate how YouTube repeats some of my videos within the first like 10 minutes when I have like 700 videos. Really, there's no need to repeat. Go back to some of the first ones where I talk about meeting the dude who thought he was a vampire, meeting the chick whose husband cheated on her 15 times, and she told me this as I was a complete stranger. Go back to those. Go back to the friends who fought on Facebook, and yet YouTube is repeating within like 10 minutes. Annoying. But I was watching the speech impediment one, and I said how I stuttered when I'm afraid. Okay, so let's talk about what do we do when we're afraid. Okay, and I'm talking grown-ass adults here. Because we all do shit. A lot of times my fear comes out as anger. But then again, everything comes out as anger, so you can't always tell what emotion I have, because it's just anger. But a lot of times my fear comes out as anger, but also my fear comes out, I still stutter. My fear does come out in a stutter, and I have been known to hide under desks. If I am truly afraid of seeing someone and I have to see them, yes, I've been known to hide under desks and stutter at trying to tell people how I don't want to see them. Which, of course, makes people laugh because I'm a grown-ass adult hiding under a desk and stuttering. And not only that, I'm the kind of person that you don't really expect to show fear. Because, again, my fear usually comes out as anger. So you don't know I'm afraid. So I'm not the kind of person that you associate fear with. I'm not timid. I'm not meek. I'm pretty, powerhouse badass. And so you don't associate me with fear. But I am totally afraid of a lot of things. And there are some people who are very toxic for me and frightened. Just being near them scares me. I don't like who I am when I'm near them. I have no good memories of them. The last person who got me hiding under a desk, it honestly was like 15 years ago, and I haven't seen her since. So good. I don't think I'd be hiding under a desk if I had to see her again. But if I did see her, it wouldn't be planned. I wouldn't plan to see her. At the time I knew I was going to see her, it was planned. Now, there's no possible reason to plan to see her. So I wouldn't have any anticipation for it. So I would not be hiding under a desk. Now, the other toxic people in my life that I'm afraid to see, they haven't gotten me hiding under a desk. That fear comes out as anger and self-harm. So, yeah, All right, so I haven't hidden under a desk for 15 years, but I was still a grown-ass adult at the time. I haven't stuttered for about 3, probably, but I was still an adult. And when I was diagnosed with MS, I honestly wasn't afraid because I had an out-of-body experience. My mind couldn't comprehend because it's such a huge thing. I mean, there's no going back. I'm going to have this the rest of my life. And I had a very strong feeling I was going to be in a wheelchair the rest of my life, and I fought really hard against it. And it's been 2 years, and I think I've finally accepted the fact that I do have it, because I've been in denial for the past 2 years. I've also been in denial about Trump being president. I'm in a lot bigger denial about that, TBH. So I mentioned my out-of-body experience, and one viewer thought that I had maybe been abducted by aliens, and he went on for several minutes and gave me several links about articles he'd written about it and a blog about how his sister had been abducted by aliens. I do not believe I was abducted by aliens. Let's just clear that one right up. And I wouldn't be afraid to be if I were. It was just an out-of-body experience because my brain couldn't handle my life being turned upside down and the sudden inability to walk without, like, a reason, like a car accident or something, or doing drugs. And I need to get over the fact that I need to stop regretting not doing drugs, because I'm like, I didn't earn it. I wish I'd done drugs. I wish I'd done something. Well, you know what? Shit happens. This goes in the shit happens category. No, I didn't earn this. No, I've never done drugs. Yes, I've stayed on the right side of the law my whole life. So the fuck what? Shit happens. I'm in a wheelchair and I didn't earn it. Get over it. But I was not abducted by aliens. And my fear hasn't put me under a desk for about 15 years. But we'll see. Well, now, I don't think I could. Because, I mean, I could get under a desk if I were too afraid. Like, really afraid. I could still get under a desk. But the effort it would take to climb under a desk and then get back out because my legs don't work. Yeah, I think I would just see the person instead of climbing under desks now. What do you do when you're afraid? Another poll. I'm curious.